It's fair to say that 2020 was maybe not the best year for furry cinema, or any cinema, really. But with 2021 now on the horizon, I thought why not take a look at what furry cinema we all have to look forward to next year. Hello, I'm Shadow Raccoon.
And I'm THEADORE Rabbit.
And today we're grabbing our 2021 bag of popcorn and taking a look at what furry movies we can look forward to in the next year. Space Jam 2, or by its official name, Space Jam: A New Legacy, is a long-awaited sequel to the very 90s Space Jam movie where a group of Looney Tunes characters team up with Michael Jordan to take on a team of aliens who want to enslave them for a theme park on their home planet.
Space Jam 2's story is set to see Bugs Bunny and the other Looney Tunes characters team up with this time with NBA superstar LeBron James to rescue his missing son, Bronny.
The film is set to see them navigating through movies in the Warner Brothers catalogue as they battle against the villainous AIG, played by Don Cheadle, all ending, as you'd expect, in a game of basketball.
Of course.
Sadly, unlike the original film, this does not feature one of my favourite actors, Bill Murray. However, given how hard he is to get hold of in Hollywood, I'm not that surprised.
Whilst the plot details are still a little sparse right now, a merchandising deal with Australian toy company Moose has been signed for the movie, and as of this time of reading, the only real piece of merchandise available is a hat with the film's logo on it. But hopefully this does mean we'll see lots more Bugs Bunny and other character merchandise coming up soon. Yay!
Set to release in 16th of July 2021 in the US at least, those of us looking for a 90s nostalgia kick, or if you're a toon-fur, will probably certainly be making plans to go and see this at the cinema as soon as it does come out. Now, this film is the first to get the honour of appearing on an upcoming films videos twice. Appearing on my 2020 movies to look forward to list, details were at the time very thin, besides a short description and few post-production photos. There wasn't even a trailer then. However, this year at least, there were a few more details. Wish Dragon? No, not that Wish, that one that I rather like. Wish Dragon is described as a genie in a bottle retelling set in contemporary China, where a young boy encounters a magical dragon who can make his wishes come true.
Watching the trailer, it really does give off a sort of Aladdin kind of vibe to this film, and we learn that the dragon has been stored in a bottle for a very long time and is now having to adapt to the modern world. So your typical fish out of water kind of trope.
Those of you familiar with other Sony animation films, such as Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, will feel right at home here. The animation for this movie is very bright, it's clean, the colours are really fantastic, and I really do like how they have animated the dragon. The voice casting is an interesting mix too, including the talents of Jackie Chan, Constance Wu, and John Cho.
Originally set to release all the way back in 2019, remember that? This film was delayed until 2020, and then in October, for reasons, was pushed back to 2021. No film release date has been given yet for this movie, however, and I would suspect it will be on the first half of the year.
Wish Dragon for sure will be the great choice of movie for anyone who likes dragons or is a dragon themselves. Or maybe just even fans of Wish. They exist, right? Also, I'm not quite sure why, but this film gives me massive Rock Dog vibes. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I love Rock Dog, but I feel that movie doesn't get as much love as it deserves. Still, with a sequel already planned for this movie, hopefully Wish Dragon will make you wish for a sequel.
Oh, that's a bad pun.
Deal with it.
Oh.
Inspired by Mel Brooks's classic Western comedy movie Blazing Saddles, Blazing Samurai is a comedy action animated film featuring a pretty hefty cast list with names such as Michael Cera, Samuel L. Jackson, Ricky Gervais, George Takei, and even former Spice Girl Mel B on board as voice talent.
The story itself will revolve around a scrappy dog named Hank, who dreams of becoming a samurai. Finding himself somehow in a land entirely inhabited by cats, our hero gets duped into becoming a samurai for the town. Not knowing how to actually become one though, he has to learn fast and needs to convince the former samurai of the land to teach him his ways. Forming a friendship with the old samurai master, together they team up and take on the evil warlord Iek Chu and learn how to become a true samurai warrior.
Some movies sit around for years before actually being made, and this is one of those. It's a very good example, in fact. Originally planned for 2015, the film bounced around, struggling to secure funding and a company willing to take charge of it. Eventually, in 2020, it received enough funding to secure a release date somewhere in 2021.
No trailer is currently available for this film, and IMDb shows it only as being only in the filming stage at this point. I suspect out of all the movies on this list, this is the most likely to slip back to 2022, sadly.
A fun-looking, well-casted animated take on the hilarious Blazing Saddles films. If you haven't seen them, go check it out. I think this film could really be a big hit in the fandom, and I think they can get behind it. But unfortunately, given its difficult production, the push to keep the costs as low as possible, which is never a good thing, this could actually find itself, sadly, on one of my furry movies that suck list. But fingers crossed, and time will tell. Enter the world of monster wrestling with the movie Rumble, a computer-animated sports comedy film from Paramount Pictures and WWE Studios.
The setup for this movie is quite simple. Set in a universe where giant monsters and superstar athletes compete in a popular professional wrestling global sports called Monster Wrestling. The story sees a young girl named Winnie want to follow in her father's footsteps as a manager by coaching a lovable, underdog, yet inexperienced monster named Steve. Winnie plans to turn Steve into a champion so that he can go up against the reigning champion, I'll try this, Tentacular.
It's tentacular.
Tentacular, thank you.
Whilst being your very cliched underdog sports tale, the animation here does look pretty impressive, and the film features the voicing talent of Will Arnett and Terry Crews, along, of course, with some WWE talent.
Impacted by 2020, this movie had its first trailer out all the way back when the Sonic movie came out at the start of the year. However, it was pushed back to January 2021 and is now in May 2021.
Whilst maybe not the most species-specific furry movie on this list, it does look like it could easily be a fun movie to watch, and the creatures sure are pretty furry too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Finishing off this list, we have Peter Rabbit 2.
Yay, Peter Rabbit 2! I love the first film.
And I look forward to being dragged to the cinema to see this one.
Well, that's just the way things are going to be.
Oh, right. Well, anyway, originally this film was set to come out in Easter 2020, and as you may be aware of what's been happening outside your window, this movie was delayed and pushed back to January 2021, which is an odd time for a film about rabbits, if you ask me.
Never a bad time.
But I do suspect that date is probably going to slip back even further.
Following on from the first movie, we catch up with the rabbits once again, and life seems to be going well for them. However, Peter is somewhat disappointed that no matter what he does, he can't quite shake off the mischievous reputation that he has gained.
To try and get away from this reputation, Peter decides it's time to leave and head out into the world beyond the garden, where he meets up with the wrong crowd and starts to cause trouble for everyone he loves. That sounds very familiar to the first movie.
Just a little, doesn't it? The cast for the sequel seems largely the same as the first film, with James Coburn as Peter, Margot Robbie as Flopsy, and Domhnall Gleeson returning as Mr. McGregor. The movie looks to be quite similar to the first film, and I won't lie, however, for me, at least, the first one was pretty enjoyable. So, any changes can't be bad, right?
One of the interesting tidbits I found out about this movie was that it does feature in WatchMojo's 2020 movies that might suck list.
Yeah, well, their content's garbage anyway, so, who gives a crap, eh?
Touché. Honestly, I think that if you like the first one, or you're with a rabbit, this will probably be an okay movie too, but, time will tell on that one.
And if you're a rabbit furrer like me, you'll find this amazing. Buy it on Blu-ray!
Well, yes, that's your 2021 Christmas present shopping done. Well, that's the easy option. Anyway, so those were some furry movies that are coming out in 2021 that we should all be excited for, or at least some of them we should be looking forward to. What films in 2021 are you looking forward to the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, or consider supporting us on Patreon. There's a link in the description below. I'm Shadow Raccoon.
And I'm Theodore Rabbit.
And we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.
Bye!